Good morning, divine goddesses. Can everybody hear me? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay. Was that a yes? I just want to confirm everybody can hear me. Joe, thumbs up? Okay. Thank you. So look at this beautiful sunrise. Okay, let me just settle in here. I ask everybody to breathe with me. 3 fingers into your belly button. We're just breathing deep into our belly. Start breathing from your pelvic floor as I adjust this. Oh. There we are. Okay. Breathe into the bottom of your belly, feeling your pelvic region, filling it with breath. Let's acknowledge that breath is love and light. It is light codes. It is creator. Once we acknowledge that, we are now breathing breath of light. So just let that sentence, breath of light, say it, let it roll on your tongue. Say it in your head. Know it when you breathe it into your body, that we are filling our vessels with breath of light. Just really become present with your breath. One of the things that's happening to my body physically is with each breath I can feel my skin breathing. I can feel my nervous system expanding and contracting with each breath. The deeper you acknowledge that deep pelvic breathing, the deeper we go into our bodies. This is where the big, big magic happens. Yes, we are all these divine, wonderful things, but we're also very physical. So by breathing into our body, by acknowledging the elements, acknowledging your soul, sexual self, all the sensations, the nervous system breathing and expanding and contracting. We acknowledge the shadows, we acknowledge the light. Just going to light some sage. We're going to, together, we're going to do 3-round breath work. I can see everybody who's joined me has been in the classes that I offer. Yay, thank you so much for your presence and circle. So I just want to put it out there that we're going to be doing 3 rounds of breath work. Okay, we're going to inhale into our belly and exhale out of our belly. We're going to do it in a constant circle. There is not going to be a pause in that. And I can't seem to, the grandmother wind doesn't want me to light my fire. Thanks. I have a sister here with me helping me to hold space, so she's lighting that on our behalf. Thank you. Oh, I envisioned big plumes of smoke Spirit keepers of the East, the rising sun, the divine realm of goddesses, the place of the lunar eclipse, the rise and pull of polarities. We heard your call. We are present here on earth. Mother Gaia, the East, sacred sun, sacred divine light. We open the gates. Spirit keepers of the North, the place of our ancestors, the place of the gates of our ancestral healing, the knowledge and wisdom keepers in our DNA, our Akashic records, the white prophecy animals. Today we are joined by the white buffalo. We also have walked in a female shaman from the ancient times of, where is she from? She's from Lemuria, but she walks with what appears to be, in my simple visions, a snow leopard, and she wears all white. We would know her as a snow shaman or a leopard shaman. We welcome you, beautiful goddess. Woo, 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 woo. Spirit keeper of the West, the place of the setting sun, the place of cave dwellers, my beloved jaguar and bear who walk with me, the place of the midwives and the birthers, the place of birth. Shaman and medicine people and ancestors, the Mdewenwen, we open the gates. Spirit keepers of the South, the place of our emotions, the place of the water goddesses, the place of the blood of our mother, the place of the memories, the place that we carry the waters of the memories within us, around us, and upon earth. The mystical realms, the keepers of memories and secrets, we open the gates. Spirit keeper beneath us, Earth Mother Gaia, the beloved ascended planet oscillating between the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension. I hear your suffering. I hear your enlightenment. I hear your joy. I feel your pain. We are here together acknowledging you, Earth Goddess. We heard your call. We heard the call of our ancestors. We heard the blood of the wounded and the murdered and the raped. We've heard the blood of the slaves. We've heard the blood of the genocides upon this planet. We've seen it in the waters. We heard your cries. Beloved pagan gods and forest gods, we can see your memories. We open the gates. Spirit keepers above, the galactic federations, in particular the PLeiadian High Council of Healers, who are guiding and supporting the courage for me to be present here with you today. I'm so grateful for this, ancestors. The Pleiadians are a part of our original DNA. They came in through the calls of the Dorgon and created the first human species before human species were hybridized with other animals such as the Lizardians. We acknowledge the Pleiadians and the Dorgon and that ancient knowledge where we are all brothers and sisters. We open the gates. Spirit keeper within, you, your purpose, all your ancestors that came before you, all the ancestors that come after you, all of your memories and your Akashic records, the time where you were the slave and the time where you were the enslaver. We have all walked in both lights on this earth. We have all been every race. We have all lived in every light. We know what the pain is. We know the truth, and we are here to transmute it into the higher dimensions of harmony. I call upon your ancestors. I call upon my ancestors. I call upon all the lives that have been hurt through agenda and greed and disenfranchisement and enslavement and kidnapping. All the terrible, dark ugliness, I call it forward. I call forward every atrocity to humanity. We are facing you today with love. We are using the celestial force of the eclipse and the oscillating planet of our celestial Gaia. We welcome the knowledge, we welcome the pain, and we hold you and transmute it together. I never know what will come through with an opening drum. I'd like to share this bit of information. So, I think it's pretty clear I'm a planetary empath and I work with all timelines, all realities, above and below. If you don't know that, now you do. And I want to share with you something that I witnessed this last week. The pain of the story and the pain surrounding the murder, enslavement, genocide, and pillaging of humanity in all its forms, particularly, and now I want to honor Black Lives Matter, Indigenous Lives Matter. As some of you may know that I am a mixed woman, I am part Métis, I'm a Métis woman, and my children are Métis and Black. And so we have been feeling this in such a deep, deep, soulful way, and many tears. Is the first time I can speak about it. I've only cried. That's it. And the best thing I can do is change the frequency. I can change that healing within myself. When we meet any human being, when we meet anybody, when we meet a message somebody has put on the internet, our ancestors are meeting that as well. We're not only here for each other, our ancestors are showing up behind us, talking to each other, and they're either in conflict or prepared for conflict resolution. And so what I did was I went through the portal of the history of enslavement of Black people that was simultaneously happening as the genocide of Indigenous people here on Turtle Island. Yes, it's everywhere, but I'm highlighting this at this moment. We can crystallize a micro and then become the macro through that crystallization. But if you're jumping all over the place, that's where the energy goes as well. It jumps all over the place. So I will tell you what I saw. I went in deep into the memories of the enslavement of Black people. When did this start? And I followed it. I followed terrible stories that I had witnessed here. I live in a part of the world where it was the end of the Underground Railway, so I have witnessed so many things in the etherics surrounding that story of our planet. And so I started there, and I followed it all the way through. In the way that I do, I follow strings, I follow lights, I follow vibrations. I pose questions and put the vibration out, or reflects back to me. I follow that. This is how I astrally travel. And I went all the way back to the ships where they were bringing slaves and stealing people from their homes, way back when, in the beginning of this entire process. I was seeing all these different Black humans and African humans and other types of humans. It wasn't only African, but this is our focus, being dumped overboard into the waters or not being dumped into the waters. So the fear and the enslavement and the torture started right from the moment they took people from their land. And I started seeing this all through all of the waters and the oceans. Everything went dark, like a storm. Dark, but the water was still. And then up through the water, and I'm in the middle of the ocean, so it's a vast desert of water, if you can envision this. And I see all these heads come up, and eyes, thousands looking at me. And they were the spirits of the slaves who never even made it to Turtle Island. or not slaves, the beautiful African human beings who were claimed as slaves. I really need to work on my language. I'm very sorry about that. And all their lives were looking at me. And I started pumping energy and geometries into those waters. And then this is when Mother Goddess Isis came through and she said, it's not only your story. Everybody has a piece of this story in their DNA or in their past life Akasha. So we need to go into our ancestry and clear those memories connected to point zero. And this is what she explained to me. And this is part of the reason that we've worked to this point where we're all connecting in this very now. So I went further and further and further because one of the things I like to do with my planetary work and I'm astral traveling is I find the plug. I find ground zero. I find when did it start? And I went to I was brought to a ship, a great big ship, very magical and mystical looking with the huge masts and everybody, kind of like a scene from Pirates of the Caribbean, I got to be honest. And I was directed to one man, one person on this ship. And he had this energy of like, I'm just the greatest. And I read his energies in his brain. And this particular person was kind of like the captain of beginning the kidnapping of people from Africa, claiming them as slaves and bringing them to America. One guy, I guess he wanted to be famous. He wanted to be known. He wanted to be important. This was a good idea. The world was already taking from everybody. So why not? How are we going to take? The Spaniards had come and taken all the gold from the Mayans. Like, well, what are we want something. And there was nothing left to take. And so they take people. And I looked at him and he turned around and he had a white wig. It was all very fancy. And he turned around and his face was a Lizardian. I'm just going to let that sink in. So we are reenacting the colonialism, the colonization of the planet. And the Lizardians are, in fact, acting these things out because the more humans are in a state of stress, the more humans are pitted against each other, the more humans believe they are separate, the easier they are to control, and the easier they are to consume their energy. So part of colonizing Earth was the Lizardians were farmers of this planet before we came here, and they weren't able to farm. So over time. And they have their good and they have their bad, just like humans. And so what had happened was somewhere along the lines, it became kind of like this God complex between the Lizardians and the Anunnaki. And this is where all the hybridizing and interbreeding came in. If you remember, I was talking about the PLeiadians and the Dargan. That was our original species. So the hybridizing and the interbreeding came in to try to claim this territory. And so in order to make it a consumable energy, they had to lower the vibration in order to be able to consume that energy. And that's morphed into what we're experiencing now with like body snatching, soul taking, things of that nature. So I just want to put that out there. That's where we're going right now. Okay? I hope we don't run out of time. They only allow an hour. I'm going to do breath work together, and then I'm going to drum, and I'm going to count back every 10 years. And within what I want you to do is I'm going to walk you into going into your frame of memories and your Akashic, and you're going to clear all ancestry from that 10 years. Good, bad, whatever shows up, there's no right or wrong. We are using the geometries of the Venus rose in our Kundalini area, the star symbol, which is the cosmic version of the Venus rose. We're using that in our crown. And in our lotus, our Kundalini, we're using the crop circle of the divine goddess that was laid out last week. If you'll recall, there were 7 feathers on either side moving up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a heart in the center. Okay. So I want everybody to envision bringing that down into the base of their Kundalini and uniting it with their Kundalini spine. So these are the 3 geometries that we're going to apply. Okay, the sunrise and the eclipse are already involved. We just have to trust that that celestial power is so powerful right now that everything you do is instantly going to change your Akashic here on Earth and all histories of this. Okay, so we are going to begin immediately so we don't run out of time. Begin by breathing deep into your belly. We're going to breathe 30 times in and out of our belly. I originally said we're going to do 3 rounds. We're just going to do 1 round so that we have time. Ready? And in your nose, out your mouth, or in your mouth, out your mouth. Find what's natural for you. Ready? And go. And exhale all the way. Empty, empty, empty. And hold. Relax your body. Rest your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale all the way. Expand your belly and hold. Head up. Allow your pineal and your light center to flower. Allow the oxygens to fill your body. Allow it to drop to the base of your lungs and the base of your pelvis. Gently squeeze your perineum. Exhale. We're going to do 1 more breath. We're going to breathe in our belly and out, and then we're going to do 10 puffs like this. Okay, and then we're going to look up and hold. We're going to do this 1 more time and then move forward. Ready? Inhale all the way. Exhale. All the way and more. Looking up. Hold. Divine celestial eclipse, I feel your energy pouring down through my body. I feel the dark and the light. I feel the shadow and the celestial codes. Perfect. Now find your natural breathing pace. Continue to breathe into your belly at the base of your belly through this whole process. Close your eyes. Okay. Bring your energy consciousness to the center of your forehead. Perfect. Now bring your energy consciousness to the middle of your brain. Wonderful. See if you can turn around as though you're looking within and look to the center of your brain. Envision a bright blue orb. This is your God center, your creation center. Perfect. I'm going to count your 12 cranial nerves and expand the crown chakra. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now we're going to draw a star, the tip of the star, right at the tip of your hairline and forehead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With a beautiful circle around this. Now we're going to allow it to vortex. Spinning, 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 spinning. Expanding, expanding, expanding. This is the consciousness of beloved architect mother Venus. We're open to her portal of divine feminine love. Allow her to spill her beautiful energy down through your crown, into your heart. Breathe into your heart, expanding that love, that beautiful star pattern of the beloved architect goddess, Venus. Whew! Perfect. Now bringing our energies down, down, down into our bodies, deep into the pelvis, deep into your pelvic floor, deep into the kundalini. Feel the earth and Mother Gaia beneath her, beneath you. Now we're going to begin at the seat with the flower, the rose of Venus. Bringing this in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 petals rotating and spinning. Beautiful, perfect. There we are. Okay, now we're entering your kundalinis, entering your tailbone. We're bringing in this beautiful sacred geometries gifted to us by the realm of goddesses in this crop circle. We call upon Divine Mother Goddess Isis. We call upon Divine Mother Goddess Hathor. We call on Divine Mother Goddess Hera. We call on Divine Mother Goddess Kali Ma. We call on Divine Mother Goddess Saraswati. We call on the Divine Mother Goddess Lakshmi. We call on the Divine Mother Goddess Gaia. We call upon the Divine Mother Goddess Sophia Christos, the Mother of Mothers. We call upon Creator Mother, the feminine. We call upon Creator Father, the masculine. We call upon the realm of dragons, the realm of polarities, of above and below, of that divine feminine kundalini energy. Now we'll raise this kundalini energy through the soils, through your base. Okay, I can see this activation in everybody. I'm going to count each vertebrae, bringing it all through your body, allowing it to flower and spin and spin and spin, sending out ribbons and ribbons of beautiful celestial DNA through your body, activating all the things that are meant to be present today. Your ability to heal the divine feminine and masculine, the womb and sacred cosmic egg that is your vessel, your connection to the ancestors here on earth, and your galactic divine cosmic purpose. There we go. We're going to count up the vertebrae in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Now we're in your cranial nerves. We're connecting all this divine earth-rooted goddess energy, the seat of the goddess with the crown of the goddess. Ooh, these are energies not gender specific, though they do have a female function. Ooh. So could I get you to drum for me, honey? I know you're in ceremony. If you could just keep that beat. Whew. Okay. Taktina rana kirikena ha. Taktina hana hina hena. Retina kana ke. Nakana torakana tira katina katara. Tanana hena rina katara katona katira ketira. Ina hena hana hira kana tatina katira katara. Hena hena hana he. Anda kira katina katara ninda dara hena na he ya he ya he ya. Ah, natura to kana tara to kana katara katina katara katina katara ro ramrati. Shuna tareta ni terera ranta tereta na takitsana. Shora na kira kana tara na tira tis no kata kana tira da. Nakina hanji kana sindiana na ni na kana ra sikina katara kotona ra ne tira tara no kira ta. Ahina ha na ekana hina tina shakina katara na shnuna mara kina bonita da nutra tin trera nutra fnani titana ti ayana tara kona tati na mara ni tira na dog, guard dog, hummingbird, lotus, open lotus. We have opened the pathways and the gateway to the divine mother goddess Isis. Ooh, I can see her energy spinning all around us. She's a part of this rising sun. She is a part of the DNA of every single human here on earth. This is why she has come in so strongly to support us. Allow her golden tears and golden light to come into your vessel. Envision the beautiful cosmic egg filling every part of who you are with golden light. You are safe in her vessel to create change. Our next step is we are going to call upon all your ancestors. You're going to breathe them in. You're going to call them in. You're going to use your fingers and pull them down. You're going to reach down into the earth. Every memory, every part of your body where there is shadow, you're going to call this forward. They are going to stand with you. If you need to call them by name, you call them by name. You say, ancestors, come forward. My ancestors that have caused harm and damage to humanity on earth, come forward. My ancestors who have been a part of the healing here on earth, come forward. My ancestors who have been hurt here on earth, come forward. You call them in your mana. It's your mana. It's your life force. They have your knowing. They have your memories. They have your power. You call that in. Let them know, each and every one of them, acknowledge them, say, ancestors, thank you. Even those who have done wrong, thank you for showing up. And this now, to create change. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are going to bring in the flower of Venus, as well as it's the rose of Venus, the star of Venus, the golden tears of divine Isis, as well as the beautiful divine feminine crop circle that came in, the goddess circle. You're going to expand this to all of your ancestors that came around you. I want you to envision your bodies are at the center point of a great lake. You are a drop in this lake. You are in this lake of all of your ancestors. Beautiful. We're going to acknowledge all the waters and Earth Mother Gaia, the oceans, the seas, the rivers, the canals, the hidden waterways that hold all of the memories. We're going to connect with all of the enslavement of humans on Earth, of the trickle down to how it's impacted Black lives and Indigenous lives in this very moment, in this very now. We're going to bring all of that forward into this beautiful divine healing, all that connection, every word, every feeling, every emotion, you bring it up, you bring it forward. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to throw up, you throw up. You need to scream, you scream. But you acknowledge it. Stay in your space. I'm going to count back. I'm going to count back. We're going to start with June 1st, 2020. Bring your body to that day. Whew. Acknowledge all the energies in this day. Bring your love, light, and healing and breath into this moment. Expand all of your healing into all of the Akashic that you're connected with in this day. I will hold space. Allow it to ripple. You are the one drop of water in an ocean. And this day is part of your ocean. Now we're going to move back. Let's move back to the day that George Floyd was murdered. It's a painful day and a beautiful day. This beautiful soul sacrificed his life in this time of quarantine when we had already had enough. We acknowledge him and all his ancestors and all of our ancestors who acknowledge his ancestors, and we are that one drop of water creating change. Rippling the frequencies into the ripple of the dark Akasha of this day. We're going to move back now. Let's go to the first day that it hit you that we were in quarantine and the world was shut down. All the feelings that you felt, all the uncertainty, the fear that you were going to lose your job, your money, your home. All this fear and uncertainty. Maybe you thought you were going to die. Maybe you thought your loved ones were going to die. Acknowledge this day. You are that one drop. Bring your healing into all the Akasha and the darkness and the fear of this day. Bring harmony into this day. Now we're going to move back. Let's move back to when we had all the forest fires last year. When our forests and our rainforests couldn't breathe. Bring our beautiful tears and let them stream and rain all over this forest fire. Let's hug the trees and the earth and the animals. Let's go to Australia. All those beautiful koalas and kangaroos that stole our hearts. Frozen in time through fire. Let's bring all our love and affection to this time on earth. Let's acknowledge her. You are that one drop, that ripple. Bring your healings into this ripple. Whew. Now we're going to move back. We're going to move back to the year of 2016, the year of the Mandela effect. The year everything changed. Most commonly known of the spelling of a child's book of Berenstain Bears. Leading up to this time, we were thought some people would make it, some people wouldn't. We were ready to let our loved ones go, but we brought them with us. Collectively, we had the power to create that change. We brought them into our canoe of healing. Let's go back into a moment of time during this Mandela effect and clean and clear all that fear, all that you may have lost, all that you may have gained, all of the unknowing and uncertainty. Become the one drop. You are that ripple of change. Change that frequency. Bring this healing into that now. Now we're going to go back to the year of 2012, the year of the Gamma insurgence upon Earth, the year the Mayan calendar told us the world would end, or we interpreted it in our foolish way. It was actually the beginning. Let's go back to this time and all the fear and uncertainty and mistrust it created among awakened people and maybe not so awakened, very news-heavy type of persons. Let's harmonize that. Let's acknowledge that. That's the year I brought in my beloved youngest daughter. That's the year I first got sick. It was just my body awakening to the pain of Earth. I acknowledge this year in the gamma rays. I acknowledge the awakened beings and the children's and the masters and the light beings that came in, the pink ones, the pink beings, and the insurgent plasma, Divine Mother Sophia. We are that one ripple. We are harmonizing this time. We are creating that change we want to see. We're harmonizing all we wish we had done and wish we hadn't done. And all are the Akasha and ancestors connected to this now. Now we're going to move back. I'm being called to go back to the Rodney King riots in LA. Another time of senseless brutality towards humanity for no reason. That brought out the anger and rage in humanity, and we're still feeling the ripple effect of this now. Wherever you were on this day, in this moment, you are that one drop to create change. Now we're moving back to the 70s and 60s, the first stage of the prophecy, when all the hippies were breaking down barriers. They were marching for us, giving us the right to vote, the right to get a job as a woman, the right to choose to not be with a man if you don't want to, to be a single mother. It's okay. Women fought for us. Hippies fought for us. They called in the frequencies that brought in the star beings of now. They went to the elders and the indigenous people of Earth and acknowledged their ways and brought them to humanity. They changed music. Their words and their poetry linger into the relevancy of this very now we are experiencing. We acknowledge all of you beautiful medicine women and medicine men and star beings, the first wave of blue rays who brought in today's prophecy. Whew! Some of us were perhaps mere eggs and ovaries at this time. We are clearing our ancestral destiny of this now. Perhaps you were alive then, perhaps you weren't. Perhaps you were watching as a star being. We are that one drop clearing all of this in this now. We're going to move back now I'm just going to start counting down. 1950. Clearing all that are in 1950, all connections, all disenfranchisement, all racism, all prejudice, all taking and pillaging of humans and earth and animals. (1930). You are that one drop, changing all your ancestors in this time, all connections with earth and the galactics, all memories. 1910. (1890). 1870. 1840. 1820. 1800. 1799. 1777. 1744. 1711. 1697. 1650. 1622. 1601. 1597. 1573. 1535. 1502. Okay, now we're moving back into the territories of the times of the Great Burn, way far back into the European colonies when they first started damaging the Great Circle for power. 1495. 1488. 1492. 1493. 1477. 1455. 1412. 1411. 1410. 14:9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1390. 1352. 1313. 1259. 1242. 1211. 1201. 1199. 1177. 1112. 'Okay, I'm being brought back to 800. 802. 704. 603. 555. 333. 221. 111. 88. 44. 11. 0. Hold in this space. We're at ground zero. We are now open and connected with all these timelines. So just hold your space, hold your center. I'm going to call upon the rune of Isa. It's just a straight line to bring in that pillar of light. Isa. 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 Beautiful. Now we're going to pull upon this beautiful, gorgeous sun energy, this rising sun behind us, this new light, this celestial light of the higher realms. And we're going to bring that into our bodies and move it like a wave forward and backward from point zero, as though you are that one drop. I'm being called for us to envision that we are inside the central sun, the celestial sun. We are being held by the sacred geometries of Gabriel, the strength and conviction to create change of Ra, and the ability to transcend new form with Mother Goddess Isis. Bring the celestial sun around your bodies. There we are. Allow these beautiful harmonic triangles to trickle through everywhere in this beautiful fire energy, purifying everything in your body, everything you're filled with love and light, harmonizing all that needs harmonizing, coming to neutrality. Isa. Now we're going to move forward with each timeline as a ripple or a wave, as though you're watching waves moving on the ocean. So I'm not going to be calling the timelines out again because they were channeled in the moment. I'm going to how long? Can you support? How long? About 10 minutes? Okay. So I have been blessed to use this divine instrument and my sister over here. Okay. So just hold that space. I just want to check in with everybody that they're acknowledging the activations today. You have the golden celestial goddess light of the mother goddess Gaia, or pardon me, Sophia, pardon me, Isis, Gaia and Sophia as well. They all came through. I accept it. You have at the base of your seat, you are sitting on the rose of Venus. And your Kundalini is activated to the geometries of the divine goddess frequencies. Your Kundalini and your spine and body are alive with ribbons of light activation from the realms of goddesses and creation of the seventh dimension. You are surrounded in a beautiful, intricate, golden, cosmic egg seated upon a lotus. This is your beautiful vessel with the divine celestial sun, the God all around you. There we are. Beautifully done. So we're going to transcend every timeline into this now with these energies. With each tap, imagine that your ripple becomes a wave. And we're going to clear and finalize until we've reached now.